All right, joining me is Jay Sinclair. Jay is the president of the Vermilion Ag Society, and we're here to talk about the Vermilion Fair. First of all, thank you for coming in, Jay.
Thank you for having me.
We have a lot to talk about. There's a lot that goes on at this event.
Yes, there is. Yep.
And it's been going now for well over 100 years?
Yeah, about 112 years. This will be our annual fair.
So lots of changes over that time. We're going to get into some of the new stuff we have for this event. But what are some of the things that you've seen that have happened? Obviously, you haven't been around for 112 years.
No, luckily. There has been lots of changes where the track was developed and the barn was moved in. The old heavy horse barns and light horse barns were actually at the other end of the grounds at one time. Now they're in the northwest corner and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, and one thing that I guess stays the same that people love to do is to kick off an event. I see we've got a pancake breakfast.
Yes, there's always a pancake breakfast first thing on Thursday morning.
Is that pretty well attended too?
Yes, definitely.
And
yep.
How does that work? Is it a charity that runs it? Is it set up for, can people come free? Is there a charge? Or
there's a couple free ones for sure within the community.
The biggest thing, I guess, to get the parade going, or to get the show going itself, would be the parade.
Yes.
So do you know roughly how many entries this year, or how many you usually have?
No, that it can vary so much from year to year, but it definitely takes about an hour by the time from start to finish.
Yeah, that's a pretty long parade to go for that time.
Yep.
And they're the theme this year. What are we looking at for the theme?
Sow it, grow it, and show it.
Very appropriate.
Yes, definitely.
And I assume that they have judges and for the different floats and that sort of thing too?
Yes, definitely. It's all judged just before the parade starts.
And a lot of people put a lot of time into these floats too. I've been out to the Vermilion Fair and it's impressive.
Oh, I'm going to agree with you. Yes.
The parade is you know, you see some things that people may have been working on for a couple months even to get in it. So that must make you feel good to know that they want to put the work in to show this off and be a part of this.
Yes, it's a great community event and everybody puts a lot of time and effort.
Now, we're going to go through some of the regular things, but first, let's talk about some of the new things that are going to be there. So one of the things that you mentioned was Ag Venture. So tell me a little bit about that.
Ag Venture, it's actually a new program, I guess, that has been developed, and it's going to educate people on things as simple as where your food comes from. Of course, there'll be a safety aspect and maybe provide people with different opportunities of what other agriculture events there is in the province.
So is this then for people, they can maybe take some time away from the fair and go and will there be sessions, or is it just something where they just go whenever they feel like it and kind of walk through?
There is a walkthrough area, definitely, and I believe they do have some speakers that are going to speak about different opportunities. Yeah.
Well, and you were mentioning about the structure, and I guess it's a good way to run things. You said it's not like you have kind of one person that has to be in charge of everything. You have different committees. How many committees are involved, and how many people does it take to get this thing together?
Yes. There's over 30 committees that actually take care of their own area development and stuff like that, and we leave it to them to bring things forward to make sure that their part of the fair runs smoothly. To say the number of people, it's a total community event, so you have people that might volunteer for 2 hours and some people that volunteer for 60 hours.
Right.
So it's definitely a community.
Yeah, hard to put a number on that sort of thing. Like
definitely.
Everybody's involved. One thing you talked about new for this year as well, Jay, is the breed demos. What's going to be going on with that?
They're just going to have a breed demonstration in one of the barns on Saturday just to promote unique farm animals, show people what sheep shearing's about, putting shoes on horses and stuff like that.
Will there be an opportunity for some mentorship with this?
Definitely mentorship, and I believe there'll be some equipment displays to explain how things work.
Well, it's nice too, because I know when people come to these events, they don't like to just walk through and look. They want to be able to ask people questions. And you know, if this guy's doing a horseshoe demonstration, well, how does this work? And then how did you get into it and that sort of thing? I assume these people are open to that type of thing?
Yes, definitely. That's what it's all about, actually.
Answering questions and learning.
And that's actually all our barns are kind of set up that way. We kind of promote people if they would be interested in asking questions. There's always people that like to help.
Right. And you talked too about the artist demos. What's happening? They're going to be just set up and different, I guess, places where again people can talk and find out what they're doing. Yes,
they're going to do their art, I guess would be the way to word that.
Yeah.
But then also have mentoring sessions.
Right.
So if you are very interested in what they are doing, then they can definitely advise you on some tips.
Well, it seems like it's a very family-oriented event and very user-friendly per se, where you can come in and there's people who will help you, or you can ask questions, and it's not just walking through wondering what's going on.
Totally, that's what it's all about. People interested.
And how many people do you usually get for attendance?
Usually we aim for about 25,000 over the 3 days.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a big crowd.
Weather depending?
Oh, definitely weather dependent.
So here's hoping it's going to be a
I completely hope so.
good
yes.
weather day.
Yes.
All right, some of the usual suspects, I guess, that are with the fair. One thing that we talked about was the old McDonald Barn. Can you tell us a little bit about what the premise of that is?
Well, it kind of becomes a petting zoo in
Right.
my mind. There's lots of bunnies, and they try to get some puppies in there, and I know there's donkeys, and just let the kids interact with the animals.
Right, and that's I know that's the biggest things for a lot of them, right? Is
Definitely.
they get to come in and be with the animals, and
Yeah.
and a lot of people don't get exposure to that on a regular basis too,
Oh,
right?
completely agree, yes.
It's an exciting thing for
Yes.
them. In regards to the chuck wagons that go, that's obviously a popular thing. You know, people will come and camp out for the whole fair to watch the chuck wagons. Tell me a little bit about what the plans are there.
Yes, if they're there in the afternoon, they get to see the chariots run, and they just race around the track. And then at night, we have a good announcer that comes in and explains what's going on with our chuck wagons, and it's a really good event and draws a lot of people.
And not just people from this area. You said even with, like, we were talking about some of the other events, the shows and Gymkhana and that sort of thing, the heavy horse shows, that brings people from way outside of this area too.
Yes, we've actually had people from the States bring up some heavy horses to show, as well as just all over Alberta, Western Canada.
Just to enjoy.
Yeah, enjoy or participate, for
Right.
sure.
We talked about the stock dog trials too.
Yes.
That's always exciting. People, you know, if you're not into one thing in the fair, you usually love to come and see the stock dog trials.
Absolutely, and that's new this year to us, so it's really exciting.
Is
for
that
us.
every day of the fair as well?
No, that's going to be Saturday morning, actually.
Okay.
So,
Okay, and how does it work with admission for the fair? Because the fair goes Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
yes.
So can you buy a pass for all 3 days?
Yes, we have a 3-day pass for $20, and then we have just a single-day pass for $10.
Now, does that include the entertainment that goes on in the evenings?
It definitely includes everything. You get
Okay.
to watch, as soon as you're in the gate, the only thing you're going to pay for is your wristband if you want to take a ride,
Right.
or the food you want to eat, or anything you want to purchase. But
And that entertainment, that is every night as well then, or is it throughout the day?
we have a grandstand show every
Okay,
night.
yeah.
Yep. So 3 different entertainers for that. Other entertainment, well, it depends what you're into.
Right,
Some people just like to walk the trade fair. Some
Yeah.
people like the bench show,
right.
stuff like that. So your entertainment may be different than mine, but there's something for everyone.
And the trade show itself, that's something that's been a staple there every year. And I know walking through, there's everything. There's, you know, you've got baked goods in there, you've got jewelry, there's really a mix of everything. And I assume that that's people from all around the area as well too.
Absolutely, yes. And it fills up fast, which is encouraging.
Yeah,
But I think the people that come through the gate really helps the people that want to show.
right.
Yep.
And the rides themselves, it's West Coast Amusements, is that
Yeah,
correct?
West Coast Amusements is back again this year with a couple new rides, so that's exciting.
So kind of basically the standard rides though usually, right? Like there's, you know, something for the little kids, there's something also for the bigger kids that don't want to go on the little spinning teacups or whatever the case may be.
Yes. Yep.
Well, you know, Jay, this sounds like a really great event. I've been out a couple of times and enjoyed it. Is there a favorite part of the fair for you?
Oh, I would probably say the tractor pulls.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah.
have both vintage tractor pulls and modified. So, and modifieds are definitely a big crowd pleaser.
And then to end the event, as per usual with most of these fairs, a great fireworks display.
Definitely a great fireworks display.
What time does that usually start? Do you just wait till dark, or is there?
It's about 11 o'clock on Saturday night.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for joining me today, Jay, and I wish you a successful fair and good weather. We'll make sure that our weather person has that all set out for you. So good luck and thank you so much.
Thank you.